Hey guys, so welcome to another reading vlog. I'm updating you guys a little bit late for this one because I am basically already close to finishing the first book. We'll probably do so tonight. If I'm sounding weird, it's because I just got back from the dentist and this entire side of my face just feels numb. But I am doing another installment of reading the Bookworm International long list. So next week, Tuesday, the last day of this vlog, the shortlist will be announced, and so I will know what I need to read in order to have read the entire shortlist. Hopefully, part of what I'm reading this week will make it into the shortlist, and I am actually really hoping that the book that I'm currently reading does make it on there. So, I have a first installment of this vlog, which I will link down below, and I will have it on a card at this point in time, which didn't go great. I didn't dislike all the books or anything like that, but I also didn't have any standouts. But so far, the first one that I'm reading now is definitely one that I'm really enjoying. And so I started with Stillborn by Guadalupe Nettel. This is a Mexican novel. I don't currently have the ebook on hand, so I cannot really check the translator, but I will have it on screen. This is a book that basically I went into expecting this to be a book Cat's photobomb, expecting this to be a book about a woman who doesn't want to have children, and that's definitely part of the story, but it's a lot about children. Let's say. So basically our protagonist is somebody who doesn't want to have children, and she and her friend basically are on the same page until they meet again, like, I don't know, a decade later or something like that, and it turns out that her friend now does really want to have kids at that point in time. And so we're kind of looking at both of their stories, the story of this friend who is having some troubles conceiving, and then when she finally does, there's some uncertainty regarding whether this child has any sort of like illnesses or something like that they are already kind of suspecting based on early, like, what do you call that? Early, not investigations, but like, what do you do at a doctor's office? Early examinations. And then our protagonist, who is somebody who, as I said, doesn't like children, doesn't want to have kids. However, through circumstances, she kind of takes on a little bit of a motherly role when it comes to a little boy that is living next door to her. And this one it flows really well. I'm intrigued to see where it goes. I keep on continuing reading. It brings up, like, it's very nuanced. It brings up definitely like situations that make you think. The problem is that I don't really know, like, I cannot reach any conclusions or cannot really pinpoint like, it's discussing this or that. However, I am enjoying it a lot, and I am definitely feeling like it is very well done. And that obviously a book doesn't need to reach any conclusions or doesn't need to be easy to discuss, but I'm feeling like I have nothing intellectual to say about this book, whereas I feel like this book is probably pretty profound if somebody more smarter than me were to read it. So far, this is my favorite book that I've read for the Booker International Prize so far. It's definitely a book that has kept me engaged throughout, and so that's what I was hoping to gain from this experience, to have a book like that, because I love I love translated fiction, but it can be a little bit hit or miss for me. And with it having so little sort of like Asian literature in there this time around, I was like fearing, because that is the type of literature that I know works for me. But so yeah, here's hoping I'll have a few more of these successes throughout the week. Hey guys, so a view that you're probably not that used to. So you are now standing in my kitchen because I'm frying an egg because I am really short on time. So I just went swimming, my hair is standing all directions, so I definitely need to find a moment to go to the hairdresser because it's getting way too long. But I am going to a dance recital and my friend is gonna pick me up in 10 minutes time, and I still need to try and finish food or like eat something in the meantime. But so I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on the book that I was reading before I leave for the evening. So Stillborn by Guadalupe Nettel, I finished it and I can absolutely recommend. I definitely enjoyed this one a whole lot, from like page 1 to the final page, and I think this one is just really interesting, and it's a kind of more to better put what I was trying to say last time, one of the things I really enjoy about it is that it's like, it doesn't have like clear messaging or anything like that. It doesn't try to teach you like a life lesson or whatever. It's very much showing how everyone is their unique person, how every decision is a unique decision, and how every person makes up their own minds. And even though like our wishes and our decisions are like consciously made, and we are definitely like we definitely take a stand on those, it doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't moments in which the opposite feeling might occur or an opposite desire might occur. So in this one we have basically two women who both have a wish to have a child. No, so in this one we basically have two women, one with a wish to have a child, one who doesn't, and both women are shown with the opposites feeling or desire at some point in time. You know, the woman who decides not to have children, at some point in time she's kind of falls into this maternal pattern and finds it difficult to let go. And the woman who is a mother kind of finds there to be moments in which motherhood is so difficult, so challenging, so emotionally hard that she finds the appeal in the opposite situation. So it's definitely an interesting and nuanced read, and I very much enjoyed this one a whole lot. I cannot say the same for the next book that I'm reading, which is The Gospel According to the New World by Maryse Condé. Maryse Condé is a Martiniquean, is a writer from Martinique, which is a overseas territory of France. And a lot of the characters in this one have sort of like biblical names, so kind of referring to that sort of title of the gospel. And so one of the protagonists is basically a boy with a mysterious circumstance surrounding his birth. And he's basically found by this couple in a barn on Easter Sunday while, you know, a donkey breathes on his neck. So it kind of reminisces the birth of Jesus. And so throughout his life, his figure is kind of like surrounded by these rumors or this mythology surrounding his birth. But so far I'm really not enjoying it. I'm really struggling to stay awake while reading it and to care while reading it. So I'm hoping that things will turn around, because I do want to finish all of these rather than just like give up because they don't suit my needs. On the other hand, I am an advocate of DNFing, so I should allow myself to do it, but for some reason for this particular project I don't want to, but it is a challenging one for me to get through. Hey guys, so it is Monday. I took a little bit off during the weekend to read some fantasy because it was the peace talks for Realmathon, meaning I got double points for everything that I read, so I wanted to make sure that I was reading fantasy this weekend. But so I'm back to Booker International. I will be reading today and tomorrow still, and I mean, it's definitely becoming clear that The Gospel According to the New World will be the second and final book that I'm reading for this particular vlog, and I'm not enjoying it. So should I have DNF'd it? Yes, but at this point in time, I'm like, why bother? At this point in time, I might as well try and finish it, and then I can give like my full thoughts on it, because then I will have fully finished it. But so yeah, I mean, I'm not really getting much out of this, you know, because the title, of course, implies it's linked to the Bible, and a lot of the characters have names that refer back to the Bible, and some of these sort of like character arcs definitely clearly are referencing the fate of those biblical characters. But I don't know, I just don't know what the point is, you know, what am I supposed to be getting out of this, because that clearly indicates sort of like an allegory or something like that, but then an allegory of what, I don't know. But so tomorrow, somewhere during the workday, the shortlist for the Booker International is going to be announced. My hope, out of the 5 that I've read, the one book that I absolutely want to see in there is Stillborn by Guadalupe Nettel, because that was just like an amazing read. Second book that I wouldn't mind seeing on there at all is Pyre, because I did definitely enjoy that one. I didn't necessarily enjoy the experience all the time, but I definitely think it landed its conclusion very well. And then let's see, for the other books, I don't particularly want any of them to make it on there, and I definitely don't want this book for now, or Boulder to make it on there. Standing Heavy, I'm kind of neutral about. But in terms of the books that I haven't read, the one book that I would be very eager to see on there is Whale, just because that's a book that, you know, interested me going into this list. So we'll see. I will still continue this book and I'll give you my thoughts on the shortlist when it's announced tomorrow. But so yeah, I'll just try to keep chipping away at this book today. Hopefully get to like the point where I have less than 100 pages to read in it tomorrow, so that I can definitely finish it tomorrow. Alright, so I finished. My eyes are red, but not from crying. Though if I were crying, it would be out of the misery of having had to finish this book. But yeah, it was not for me. I will be watching some videos to try and see what other people make of it. But you know, I didn't really get anything out of it. And unfortunately, the results are in for the shortlist, and it made it. I don't really understand, but okay. So I have read 5 out of the 13 books on the long list, and with those 5, I have now read 4 out of the 6 on the short list. So the short list this year really is short because, as I indicated, I'm reading from shortest to longest, meaning that 4 of the shortest books made it onto the shortlist, and the 2 that, like the ones that made it on, were Standing Heavy, Boulder, Stillborn, and the one that I just finished, The Gospel According to the New World, in terms of what I have read. So in terms of what I have read, that means one book I absolutely wanted in there, Stillborn, did make it. The other one, Pyre, the one that was left out, is actually the one that I enjoyed the second most, so it's a little bit sad that that one got cut out of the ones that I have read. And then out of the ones that I haven't read yet that made it, we have Time Shelter, and then we also have Whale, and is that second one that I'm interested in reading. But so that will be for a new vlog, a vlog that will most likely be coming around the middle of May, because I will probably be reading the next books for the Booker International in the first week of May or something like that. But so yeah, with that, I'm gonna round off this video. I ended up once again not reading as much as I had hoped for, but you know, any type of progress is progress. Last year I read nothing for the Booker International, so I'm very happy that I got to read 5 of them at least this year so far. But so yeah, I'm gonna round up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys for the next one. Bye!